Hi, my name is Lynn Suzek, and I do a lot of teaching on faith healing, but today I'm just going to talk about something that's actually was considered a miracle, but I believe it's important that people know that this is going to be something that you can do. Everyone, it's not a supernatural thing, really. It's everyone that gets to has a third-degree burn should be able to do, just let it heal without infection, instead of what the medical field was telling me that they, needed to do surgery on it. So I believed otherwise, and here's what happened. I have a blog on it. You can look in this under this video and open up that blog too. It was when I had this problem, I was looking on the internet for, how does a third-degree burn heal, pictures showing progress, so I knew, that it was normal to look like that, and I couldn't find anything. It was all about it needs to have surgery, skin grafting, and I couldn't find anything on healing that it could heal. However, being in a panic and not, I did try to have it looked at from a renowned hospital and even got a second opinion, and both turned out bad. They were wanting to check me in for surgery, and I just didn't believe that was going to be what I wanted to do, and I didn't believe it's the right thing spiritually, and that it needed to heal, that it would heal. So then I was given the thought to call a friend of mine, and she had experience with healing a third-degree burn herself, so that gave me even more confidence, which was so God, telling me to do that. So it was a thermal burn. Okay, I have a spinal cord injury, so there's paralysis, and that caused me to be unaware that it was burning. A couple things I was using, no matter how careful I was, I leaned my hand behind under my neck. My neck was fine with the thermal warming thing, but I had trapped my hand under it, didn't know it became a big welted third-degree burn. Same thing happened with my heel. I wasn't aware spot was getting burned, even though the rest of my foot was fine with the temperature. A certain spot, had my foot on trapped heat, and third-degree burns, a burn, thermal, will continue if you don't slow down. Like if you find out you have a big, welt and it's burned, you have to stop it from continuing to burn by putting it in cool water, okay, or holding cool compresses on it for a while. The first thing you want to do is stop the burn, because it's going to, thermal burns will keep going and get worse. Might not look as bad as it is. It will get worse if you don't stop it. Okay, so I'm doing this video because I was looking for information and couldn't find it, and I had to go through a lot to heal these things, but they did heal. So when I had this burn on my hand, it became welted, and what I did was I soaked it in warm Epsom salt every day, and then I got wrapping and bandages for it to cover to keep it clean, and just kept watching it every day. And I would soak it in warm Epsom salt to make sure every day that it wasn't, even when it opened, eventually it was open and going through stages of healthy healing and scabbing. Like I watched a scab build, and it was miraculous in the way that God has created us. And it was scary because the doctors thought it was needing surgery and wouldn't, coach me. Like I always wanted to go back and forth to a doctor to coach me. I wanted to go on the internet and find out these are the stages of healing, and I barely could find anything. So the pictures I took on this blog that I'm sharing show you stages of healing for it. And in my foot, I soaked in Epsom salt. That was the second burn. couldn't believe, it happened to me again. And it was like a square shape when it happened there. And there was like later healing, I just kept wrapping it and soaking it for about 15 minutes in warm, in a bucket, that one. This one, wherever, like a clean bucket with Epsom salt. And then I would, rewrap it. I think there was even some there's things that you can get from the hospital once you're seen. If you want to be seen, they give you this Sylvadine is one of the things that you can get, and it it's very healing to burn. And so I had some things to put on it and wrap it, and then the next day I would open up, look at it, and the question is to does it look, is this right, is this how it's still looking? And so it took a few months, really, maybe 2, yeah, and the heel took longer. It closed up nicely, and then there was like this blackness underneath. And I looked up, and I did find somehow that this purple look was the building of the body building new capillaries or something. And I was like, it's healing. It's healing. Of course, we were praying over it and believing for healing, and just like everyone was scared for me. My daughter's a nurse, and I was like, I'm not getting surgery. I believe it's going to heal. And my story is that, was it a miracle or was it natural? And my conclusion is it's a natural miracle. That's just the body's miraculous way of healing. God has us set up for healing. And really nothing that can happen to you should be unhealable. And you should not listen to things like it's not going to heal, and everything can be reversed, and injuries can heal, including, I believe, spinal cord injuries. It happens to people all the time. If you're influenced into believing that it won't, it will deter you from healing. So people, anyway, I have pictures, and my concern out there is that doctors and burn centers, I had a whole team of doctors look at it and tell me it would be a miracle if that heals. And so I got really confused and scared that it'll be a miracle. That's what they're taught, I guess. They're taught that it's not going to happen. She thought there was several people. I was at a U of M hospital, Michigan, big, renowned, top of the line medical place, hospital. And they wanted to check me in right then. And it was already at the point where it started a scab, and then it was like black, like skin. You know how a scab can get black on your knee, if you scrape yourself? Well, that's what it looked like. So that person thought she was seeing dead, unhealable situation, dead skin. And it was just wrong. So it was actually healthy and healing. They would have torn off my healthy scab, done a skin graft, I would have more to heal than what I was already dealing with, I didn't do it, and it just took a lot of faith and belief and guts to keep going on my own with the healing, and all my loved ones, all my family watching me like this, knowing that the doctors told me I have to have surgery on it. And I just got prayer and prayed over and kept going. And my concern and wanting to help people is that, yes, a 3rd-degree burn can heal. And here's how. That's how I want to put it. So I mostly am just giving you the confidence to do it, to just keep it clean. Use Epsom salt, soak it in hot, well, not hot, but warm water. That worked for me twice. And don't get burned by these thermal heating things. I just stopped using them because it was like, I know how careful I was. I had, microwavable, put it around my shoulder to keep things warm on my shoulder. It didn't get burned and stuff, but something else, I was just not able to stop the burn from happening no matter how careful, so I stopped using those things. And for lack of ability to feel, it's hard to protect yourself from that kind of thing happening. So that was the issue. So yes, a 3rd-degree burn heals by itself. Keep it clean and watch it heal. Amen.